keep your video on. And today, how can you keep your video off? Because today's topic is distraction. So don't get distracted for the topic of distraction, guys. So, friends, let us start here. It's a live session, live on YouTube. Let me share my screen with you first, and then we will start, friends. So here I go, guys. A very interesting session today, an eye-opening session today, actually. And here I'm sharing my screen with you, dear friends. Okay, so how to avoid distractions and focus on English, how to avoid distraction and focus on English, how to do that. Dear friends, most of us have this problem, but most of us don't know actually we have this problem. And today I'm going to tell you that what is this big problem we have? What is this big problem we are going through? Oh, friends, I'm my age is 45 and I'm lucky actually because some 20, 25 years before, we did not have the distractions which we have today. And today, look at the distractions we have around us. And we aren't able to focus on what's very important in our life. So if you want to be a good communicator, dear friends, definitely this session is going to help you out. But before that, let me do some normal announcements. Like if anyone wants to join our live courses, they can join our live courses. And here is the number. And let us move forward. Okay, so here is the first thing I want to share with you. All of you understand, slow English progress can be discouraging, but remember, I know many of you may feel like, sir, my English is not improving, I'm not getting better, I forget my vocabulary or I forget the words and I still have the fear. I am still not able to frame the sentences. But let me tell you three reasons, dear friends. Three reasons I want to share here. I want to tell you. Yes, it is discouraging. It's discouraging. Some days before, Sudha asked me this question. Sudha is there, I think. She's driving. And she asked me this question that, sir, Sudha is from US. And she asked me that, sir, I got nervous while speaking to my boss. I said, what to do? And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And she also said that, am I getting back? Am I getting backward? Am I losing? Sometimes it happens that you feel like instead of growing, you're moving backward. Instead of moving forward, you're moving backward. And that happens. But let me tell you that the first thing I want to say here is you are still ahead of everyone who have never started. Okay, you are miles ahead of those who have never started. You started, you improved, you joined the practice sessions. So you are miles ahead of those. Let me tell you, there are many people who have quit. You are miles ahead of those who quit after a couple of months. Okay, and you are not. You are not going to quit. You are not quitting. I'm so proud of you. I can see here many of you are with me since 2 years. I can see some of you are with me since 3 years and you haven't quit. So don't worry if you are not progressing as per your wish. You are way ahead of others. Guys, most important, the race is long. The race is long, guys. But most important thing is this, showing up. You have to show up like you have showed up here. You have to show up, guys. You have to show up. That's more important. That you have to be there. And one day you will be shocked how far you have come. And this is my example also. I mean, I look at me. I don't know how intelligent I am, but I show up. I show up for this session. I show up for my YouTube videos. I work on my English, my communication, my mental health, reading and all. I do it. And today when I look back, I definitely have realized that I have come long It's a big shot. So for improving your communication skill, guys, the most important thing is you have to show up. You have to come. You have to join. You have to work. You should not check your progress, where I'm improving or not. Look at this guy; he's better than me. Okay, my vocabulary, I still forget my words. I get stuck. Forget all these things. All of you got it? All of you got it? These are the three reasons, guys. You have to always remember. You have started. You have taken the first step. Congratulations to you all. There are many people who are just watching videos, who are just planning, one day I will improve, I'll get better. Waiting for that day. You started. Second thing, you joined and you have not quit. I'm proud of you. You have not quit. And I'm so proud of you. So many of you are there with me. Awesome it is. 3 years and 2 years. Can't believe. Even I can't believe this. Anit is there. I can see Anit is also there. She's so consistent. My wife was telling me that Anit is so consistent. So proud of you. Very good, guys. Let us move forward. Guys, understand, huh? You need intense focus to master your communication skills. Kind of understand, guys, communication skill improvement is a change in your brain chemistry. Actually, you have to rewire your brain and develop new neural connections. Try to understand this. This is not like any subject which you can study for 2 months and cram it and go and, no, it's not go and write the exam. It's not like this. You need intense focus. And those who are focused today, all of you understand, listen to my important line here. What I want to say here is, Charles Darwin said that if you want to survive, if you want to survive, you have to be fittest. You have to be fittest. That is the survival of the fittest law. That is true. But today, if you want to grow in life today, you have to be focused. And I will tell you why we are not focused. Very, very shocking. Guys, I told you, if you want to be a good communicator, you have to read. Now I want to ask you this question. How many of you, while reading, you get distracted? Raise your hand. Reading, you get distracted. And I think most of you get distracted within first 5 minutes. Am I right, all of you? Within 5 minutes, our mind is distracted. We aren't able to focus on our reading. Distraction in the sense your mind wanders. You start thinking something irrelevant. You start staring out of the window. Notification, YouTube, friend comes, distraction, reading. Now tell me one thing, if you aren't able to focus on reading, how you are going to develop your communication skills? It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Because guys, understand, reading is such a skill, such a activity that needs intense focus. And all of you know, we take reading test. We take reading test every Sunday. Many of you get it wrong. Why you get it wrong? Tell me why you get it wrong. Yes, can anyone tell me why you get it wrong? Anyone? Unmute yourself. Anyone?
Because of focus.
Where is the
Yes.
focus? We don't have the focus.
Means losing focus. Sorry.
Yes, we lose the focus. We don't have the focus.
We are not focused.
And everyone will definitely agree with me that even one student told me, dear friends, that, sir, I can't concentrate for one paragraph. Oh my God, what's this? What's this? And I will let you know what are the consequences of that. Second, after reading, we aren't able to focus on vocabulary development. Because vocabulary development, all of you understand, vocabulary development needs intense focus. You have to understand the meaning, you have to understand the pronunciation, you have to understand how that word is used in a sentence, and that needs intense focus. Many of you message me that, sir, I forget words. Sir, yesterday I have devised that vocabulary. Today I have forgotten that. So while speaking, I just go blank. Why? Because when you're revising the vocabulary notebook, as I have given you the format, your mind is not there. You aren't able to revise your vocabulary in the right way. You are distracted and diverted. Next is, as I said before, podcast listening is there. Now I want to again ask you, how many of you have this problem while listening a podcast? Your mind wanders somewhere else. Raise your hand again. Many of us? Many of us? While listening a podcast, where is your mind? Your mind goes in the kitchen, or your mind goes in the office, or your mind wanders to IPL. We aren't able to listen a podcast properly. We are listening physically, but our mind is not there. We are distracted. I will tell you what are the reasons behind the distractions, but this is what happens. I mean, if you want to be a good communicator and if you don't have the intense focus, nothing is going to change, you know. And last I said before discussion, we do a lot of practice sessions. Now I want to share one important thing here. How many of you, let's raise your hand, no? Raise your hand. How many of you, we started 5 minutes before. How many of you were distracted in the 5 minutes? Raise your hand. In these 5 minutes, you were distracted. While I was talking, many of you were distracted. Yes, look at the hands going up. Pintu Kumar, keep your video on. Shreyas, keep your video on. What is happening here? We have started YouTube live session, and look at this. Where is your mind now? Mind is distracted. Mind is distracted. And I'm sure that some of you have left also. Mind is distracted. Where you have gone, oh, a very interesting YouTube video. We aren't able to concentrate. And that's the reason why we aren't able to be a better communicator, dear friends. What to do about this? I will tell you very shocking something. How it impacts, as I said before, how it impacts your communication skills. There are many students, all of you don't write, dear friends, listen to me. There are many students who join me, okay, and say that, sir, I'm not improving. Sir, I don't see any growth in me, you know. Sir, as per your methods, I work for 2 hours, 3 hours, but I don't see any growth in my communication. Why? Because where is the focus? You are physically sitting there, but mentally, where is your mind? I mean, where are you wandering like a monkey from one branch to another branch? We are not focused. And that's going to happen. You will not see any improvement. You are working very hard physically, one in one place, you're going nowhere. Busy but not productive. I know many people, they're busy whole day, going nowhere. They're on a treadmill. Busy whole day, going nowhere. They're busy but not productive. They mentally feel like, I'm busy. But are you productive? Sir, I today devoted 3 hours for my communications. Okay. Mentally they feel, yeah, I devoted. But actually, how much you really have absorbed it? Was there that focus? Was it there? That's the $1 million question. And I'm sure that now, today, I'm going to show you the mirror. Today, I'm going to show you the mirror about your distractions. And look at the mirror right now. Look at you, all of you right now. Where is your mind? What's happening? I'm sure that now that impulse is there. All of you have the impulse of checking your phones. Do you have the impulse after 5 minutes? Swipe the phone, put your password, and check. Nothing is there. No phone calls, no messages. But just how many of you have this impulse? Raise your hands. Right, just show me how many of you have this impulse of checking your phones. As per the research, it is found that 77 times we check our phones. And there is no reason to check. I mean, that nothing is there, nothing, no notifications, nothing. Still, we just open the WhatsApp and look for the messages. Next point, stressed. Guys, understand, you're bound to get stressed because you haven't completed the work. Maybe in office, I'm talking about communication skill. This can be applicable to office also. You, sir, my communication isn't improving. I will lose my job, sir. I'm stressed, sir. What to do? That's going to happen because where is the focus? No focus is there. No growth in communication. That's going to happen. There is low growth in life also and in communication also. Dear friends, I have seen people who are physically in office for 10 hours, but their productivity is nearly 30 to 40% only. Physically, oh, I'm busy, I'm in office. And what they do is they come home with work. Because in office, they have so many distractions. I will talk about the distractions, which distractions they have. But and then the productivity is low and they don't get that growth also. And same thing with communication also. You cannot grow with distractions. As usual, no time for family and fun. I remember one of our student who is working in a big IT company. He messaged me a few days before and he said that, sir, I have joined your communication classes. My office is there. My family is there. Kids are there. Their teacher, parents meet is there. Relationships are there. Sir, how to do it? I mean, how can I do it? I don't have any time. You told me to work on communication skill. How to do? Now, what's happening here? Because as I said before that, when I say, okay, read for 1 hour, when I say read for 1 hour, are we actually focusing for 1 hour? Are we actually intensely focused for 1 hour? Where is our mind? Gone distracted. And then you say that, sir, I know 1 hour is not sufficient. I need 2 hours. You don't need that. You need 1 hour, that's sufficient. But the million-dollar question is, as I said before, that can you focus there for 1 hour? And that's the answer is big no. Let me tell you, let me go to the next slide now. The rabbit hole syndrome, I'm going to share with you this. What is this rabbit hole syndrome? Dear friends, I want to ask you this question. How many of you have this experience that you open one website? For example, for reading, I told you that you have to read. I told you read blogs, read newspapers. Do we read that? Or do we just keep on clicking link after link? We click so many links and we come to that link and then we don't realize why we opened the website in the first place. What I was supposed to read. What I was supposed to read. I was reading Times of India and today where I am, I'm some other website. I don't know what I'm reading. You just click the links and it goes into a rabbit hole. And after 1 hour and 2 hour, you realized, hang on, what was I supposed to read? Oh, yeah. Oh, Times of India blog. That's gone. This is called as rabbit hole syndrome. And this is even for YouTube also. Many of you, okay, I want to watch videos of Sandeep Patil to develop my communication skills. Okay. And then on the side of the screen, that suggestions are then from YouTube. What do you do? Oh, good suggestion. Click on that. Click on another video. Click on another video. Initially, your plan was to spend just watch Sandeep Patil's video, and where you end up watching some irrelevant videos, which has nothing to do with you, your career, your life. How many of you have this experience? Please show me your hands. You go down the rabbit hole. It can be YouTube, it can be any website as well. That's it. That is, very interesting thing I'll tell you. Now I will talk to you about attention span. In 2004, our attention span was 2.5 minutes. Every 2.5 minutes, we used to get distracted in 2004. Can anyone tell me what is the attention span now? For how many minutes we can attend? I mean, have focus. Any guess here? Anyone? Unmute.
1 minute.
30 seconds.
Maybe 30 to 40 seconds.
12 seconds.
10 seconds.
I think in a second.
And this is a data of 2021. That is 47 seconds. This is 24. Faster, dear friends, faster the internet speed, lower the attention span. Faster the internet speed, lower the attention span. Now, you tell me in 40s, come on, I have seen many students, They leave my channel after 2 to 3 minutes. They stop watching my videos. 47 seconds, we have the attention span. You can't even focus on 47. What you're going to learn, guys, in 47 seconds? What you're going to learn in 47 seconds? Tell me. Can you finish 2 lines reading?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing you're going to do. After 47 seconds, again, something else going. This, that. Where are you? Nowhere. Now, let me tell you, you were not like this, guys. You were not like this. But I'm afraid you are passing this problem to your children also. You are passing this problem to your children also. Many of you are 30 and 40 here, 25. You were not like this. When you were born, you had a good attention span, but now things are changed. Let me talk about internal and external distractions. Let us talk about first external distractions. You are doing your English work, okay? You're reading a book, for example. There is external distraction. It can be someone calls you, someone comes, your mama comes, your daddy comes, your husband comes, your kids are there, your friend comes. In your office, a colleague comes. External distractions, notifications and all. But do you know, friends, you will be surprised. You'll be surprised. External distractions are not a problem. The problem is the internal distractions. Even no one comes to distract you, still you can't concentrate more than 1 minute. Even if you sit in a place with mobile switch off and everything, you can't concentrate. You start wandering somewhere. After 45 seconds, after 1 minute, you don't need anyone to distract you now. You are sufficient. You distract yourself in the best possible way. This is internal and external distractions now. Look, dear friends, look at you, what you have done to yourself. Look at you, what you have done to yourself. Even there is no distractions also, but now we can't sit and read now. And friends, you will be surprised. Now, let me tell you, when I'm giving a talk on this, even I also face the same problems. While making this PPT, I was distracting myself. Today I was sitting in my office, and while I was designing this PPT, I was observing my behavior. How many of you observe your behavior? Raise your hands. Do you observe your behavior? Okay, what is observe your behavior? I'll tell you. Means what? I'll tell you. When I was designing my PPTs, I was, of course, thinking about distractions and all, and I was observing, Sandeep, you are making this PPT. You have kept your phone on silent mode. Now, dear friends, many of you have joined through mobile phones and laptops and tablets, right? I'm sure that you are slowly looking at your phone, right? Any message, any notification. I was doing that. Let me tell you, while designing this PPT in the afternoon, around 2 o'clock, I said, Sandeep, come on, Sandeep, there is no external distraction. Why do you get up from the chair and see what's happening there? Why you need that? And when I observed my behavior, dear friends, I'll tell you, it took me around 1.5 hours to make these slides. But out of that, I was distracted a lot. But definitely, my distractions have come down compared to earlier. It has come down now, but I have to accept it. I candidly agree that I was also, even today also, I go through this internal distractions. And I'm very aware of this. I'm constantly watching that. Now, dear friends, look at this. 23 minutes it needs to refocus again. All of you understand? All of you see, yeah, suppose you are reading, okay, reading a book, for example, for our English communication improvement, and then you get distracted. Fine. And then what do? You say, okay, no, sir, I was distracted only for 5 minutes and then I came back. But guys, understand, to get back into that groove, to get back into that flow, it takes 23 minutes to get back again into that flow. Can you imagine? And most of us can't continue beyond 23 minutes. Then how we are going to get into the flow? Many of you have messaged me that, sir, I'm not able to enjoy the book. Sir, I'm not able to understand. Sir, it's very boring. Why it is so boring? Because today, dear friends, you have completely tortured your brain by watching videos after videos after videos. The social media distractions and the Instagrams and the reels. All of you seen now. All of you seen earlier movies and today movies. Have you observed? Earlier movies, the scenes were long. One scene would stretch for 3, 4, 5 minutes. Have you seen that? Today, have you seen those scenes? They have edited into 10 seconds and 20 seconds now. Have you realized why? Because now editors also know that your attention span. Now look at this shorts and all those things, reels and all. Why this is happening? And understand, guys, that with this kind of, all of you have seen that book summaries? Book summary. I mean, they take a book and summarize the book. Earlier, it was 30-minute summary. Now the summary has come down to 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, they summarize the entire book. Now it will come down to 1 minute. The author has spent 25 years to write a book and you're summarizing that book in 1 minute. What's happening here? So once you get distracted, it's very difficult to regain back that kind of focus, that kind of concentration. It's very difficult to get that. It takes 23 minutes. And right now you can check. I'm speaking since last half an hour. Not even half an hour, 25 minutes, nearly 20, 25 minutes. And many of you look at your mind where it is distracted. I have told about this concept called attention economy many times. Attention economy. Hey guys, don't write. No distractions. Look at me. This is recorded. You can see, you can take it from YouTube again. Attention economy means what? Dear friends, understand now. I will call this is a scam actually. Big scam. And you are scammed. And you are innocent. Today, there is no money economy. Today, attention economy is there. Means what? Now, everyone wants your attention. They want to grab your attention. No one is concerned with your growth, your communication skill, your English improvement. No. What they want to attract your attention. Why? When you get attracted towards any video, towards any post, social media and all, when you pay attention, they will put advertisements there. And those advertisers pay them. Advertisers pay those websites or apps. This is the attention economy. Guys, now everyone is just running behind your time and your attention. That's the reason why they just don't want you to focus on your self-improvement. They don't want. They want you to see their videos. See this video. Even it is irrelevant. The thumbnail is so attractive. You feel like, no, let me see what is inside. Unfortunately, my videos are not like that. And very few people watch my video entirely. It's okay. But the fact is, this is what is happening. Many of you feel that, well, sir, Facebook is free, Instagram is free, and YouTube is free. It's not free, actually. Let me tell you, if something is free, then you are the product. If something is free, then you are the product. They're selling you, actually. And this is attention economy. And you are getting distracted. You are getting distracted. You are allowing everyone to distract. Just now in the offline session, I think Dr. Sunita Patil was there. I don't remember her name, sorry. And she said that she went to Facebook because she wanted to greet her friend for her birthday. And instead of doing that, she started clicking some other links and other videos and shorts. It is so powerful, guys. The pull is so powerful, even I can't control it. All of you, how many of you have this experience? You open that apps and you get like bewitched. How many of you have this experience? Raise a hand. You can't just resist that, can't control it. The same thing happened with Dr. Sunita Patil, who was telling me that then she was clicking link and after 1.5 hours, she realized why she came in the first place. Why she came there? Why she came there? To greet her friend. After 1.5 hours, she realized that 1.5 hour is gone. They wanted what they wanted, they achieved it. But what about your 1.5 hour? Who will give you that back? That 1.5 hour could have been utilized to read a nice book, a nice page, a nice chapter. It would have helped you to build good vocabulary, sentence structure, good knowledge, good idea you could have got from that book. That idea you could have implemented in your real life. That idea would have helped you, your family. You could have become 1% better, 0.1% better in your communication skill. But no, that 1.5 hour you have donated to Facebook. Literally donated. And 1.5 hour means what? Do you know? 1.5 hour is the part of your life you have donated. And tell me one thing, is there anything important than life in this world? Nothing is important than your life. You have 80, 90 years of life. In that, out of that life, you have donated 1.5 hour of your life to someone, something which is not important for you. Attention economy, that is. Be careful about this, guys. Hey, hello. Be careful. People will not steal your money now. Those days are gone. The burglary and the dacoity and robbery. No, that's gone now. Now, here is the device. Here is the device. This device will steal your time. Let me tell you, money stolen can be earned back. Can you give the time back? Money you can. That is attention economy. Understand, guys? Why your communication skill? Why? Sir, my English is not improving. I joined your classes. Sir, I haven't prepared for the Monday session. Sir, I haven't given the IELTS listening and reading test. Sir, I was busy, sir. Sir, I don't have. Hey, all of you understood why that problem is there? Why the problem is there? Because you don't realize that you have wasted your 1 or 2 hours for listening some or watching some political news which have nothing to do with your life. That time could have utilized to give that listening test, that reading test. And Monday you can proudly share, sir, my score is 25, 35 out of 40. But we are not doing that. We are not doing that. All of you observe yourself. Hey, friends, observe yourself. What's happening? Look at you, what you did to yourself. US was stable 10, 15 years before. What happened to you? Now, even your mama is talking to you. Where are you? Your mama is talking to you. Where are you? Where is your mind? That's the problem. That's the problem we have. Let's move forward, guys. How many of you do multitasking? Raise multitasking. Homemakers are there. They do multitasking. They are cooking vegetables and making rotis or like, you know. See, multitasking is good in some cases. For example, listening a podcast, I told you, if you're doing any physical activity like walking does not need attention. You just walk. You don't need any, it's an automatic activity. So when you're walking, listening a podcast is absolutely normal because you're focusing on podcast. Walking doesn't need concentration. But when you are driving and talking on the phone, you're gone. It needs attention. Both these things need attention. Can't do multitasking. Never. Reading needs full attention, huh? Here, reading needs, you can't do anything else. One girl was talking, and while eating, she is watching YouTube. How many of you do that? While eating, you watch something. I know you are not going to raise hand. Okay, Priya is honestly raising hand. Don't do that. Because guys, understand, we are not wired for. I'll give you one example. All of you try this. All of you raise your hands. Raise your hands like this. I'm serious. Like this, like this. Like this. Achyut, like this. Correct. Now, rotate one hand in the clockwise, another in the anti-clockwise at the same time. At the same time. Clockwise, anti-clockwise at the same time. Do that.
It is difficult, sir.
No, not difficult. It's impossible. Do it and show me. What's happening? Your brain is not able to control two things at the same time. Try and see it. Right, all of you? Now, how can you do any important work? You're typing a project report or you're reading a book. I have seen many of you join my practice sessions and where you're doing something else, another thing you're doing. You keep the video off and you go somewhere. How are you going to improve your communication skills, guys? You tell me one thing. How are you going to improve this? It's not going to change anything. Because we are not wired for that, guys. We are not robots. We can't do that. Understand, your concentration switches on and off from one thing to another thing. You can't divide the concentration and do both the things. No. When you're doing thing A and thing B, when you're doing thing A, concentration goes there. Again, you take the concentration, put it there on thing B. That's what happens. So when you are joining my practice sessions, or this session, typically this session, don't have this multitasking. I'm typing my report and joining the live Saturday session with Sandeep Patil. No, don't. You are not giving attention to anything. So multitasking is a myth. Some people are proud, oh, I do multitasking. No, it will not help you. Let us move forward now. Solutions. Guys, solutions are really helpful only if you want to change. Do you want to change? Otherwise, again, what's the point? I will show the solution. Saturday night session was nice. Sandeep Patil, sir, very good. It's of no use if you don't actually apply. First solution I want to tell here is this. Very interesting solution this is. And that solution is mindfulness with why. Don't write, everyone. Shashappa, sir, don't write. No multitasking. Listen to me. You can take this down afterwards. It is available on YouTube. Live is going on. Okay, guys. Mindfulness with why. When you're doing any task, okay, for example, you're reading this book, Word Power Made Easy. You have to be mindful. Mindful means what? See, we operate on two modes. One is mindful mode, another is autopilot mode. Autopilot mode is what? When you are doing something, you are not aware of what you are doing, or you are not aware of what's happening. You are just like a robot, you are doing that activity. Mindful means you are fully aware of what you are doing. You are fully aware of what is your goal. You are fully aware of what you want from this 1 hour. Means what? Why I am doing this activity? Why I'm doing this activity? I'm doing this activity because I want to improve my vocabulary. Word Power Made Easy. I'm reading this book, and that is mindful. And when you're mindful, oh, I'm reading. I'm reading. Mindful. And when you get distracted, you are aware. I'm distracted. Guys, do you know why we take this mindfulness meditation? How many of you do this meditation every day? 15 minutes. Raise a hand. 15 minutes every day minimum. This is the most powerful tool to avoid distractions. Means you are aware that your mind is distracted. Mindfulness. Your insula. That part in your brain, that's overthinking brain, that is the reason. Overthinking brain, that distracts. You must be mindful. See, all of you, I make it simple. Okay, I'm reading this book. Mindfully read this book. I'm mindful. And why I'm reading this? I'm reading this because I want to finish 10 pages. I want to finish 10 pages of this book. All of you understood? Next time when you're reading a book, tell yourself, I'm reading this book and I want to finish 10 pages. Mindful reading. And it needs practice. This does not mean that you will start this changes in you tomorrow and in 15 days it's going to change. No. 21-day formula, all these things never work. This is a lifetime. This is a regular process. The more you do it, the better your concentration. Next one, nature walk. Friends, understand what happens is when you are reading this book, for example, any book you're reading for 1 hour or 30 minutes also, your brain literally gets tired. And when your brain gets tired, what do? Mobile is there and you go in the rabbit hole. Don't do that. All of you try this method. Go and just walk. If nature is there, good. Nature in the sense garden is there around you. If it is not there, no problem, but walk. Nature and walk. Just walk for 5 to 10 minutes. And many of you, what do? You do one more mistake. So 10 minutes of wastage. I didn't know. You will not get waste. After 30, 45 minutes, whatever you feel like, oh, sir, I can concentrate for 45 minutes. Okay, after 45 minutes, walk. Now, this is not distraction. You will say, sir, walking is a distraction. You said 23 minutes it takes to again concentrate. No. No. This 5 to 10 minutes of break will refresh your brain, especially in nature. Birds are there, especially. Take a break. In some offices, there are plants inside. Go and see some offices. They have plants inside. What is the reason behind this? This is the reason. People feel better, actually. Feel refreshed, rejuvenated they feel. Take a break. Go and walk. Now, this power hour technique, power hour goal, what I do is, I do this method actually. You can use hour or you can use half an hour. What I do is, I set a goal. For the next 1 hour, I will switch off everything. Mobile is off. I will open, suppose I'm working on laptop, only one window I will open. I will not open any other windows. Suppose I don't want laptop and don't need mobile. I need a book. 1 hour. Okay, sir, I can't do 1 hour. Okay, start from 30 minutes. For the next 30 minutes, nothing, everything is off. Now, what will happen? I'll tell you. Because you are doing this first time and you have the habit of getting distracted, it will be very hard for you to do this. Just imagine you don't have any distractions around you. What will happen? You will go crazy. You can't focus. You will get agitated and restless. But you can't do for 1 hour. Start for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, everything switch off. Only work. Increase that time from 10 to 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. And then go for 1 hour. Power hour. Very powerful tool. Next. Rote activities in unproductive time. Now, guys, understand, everyone's time is different. I mean, you can be productive in different times. I'm very productive in the morning. You can be in the afternoon. You can be at night. So during that time, do those things that need a lot of concentration and focus. Whichever your time is. I mean, you can be early bird or you can be a midnight oil, or you can be just burning the midnight oil. You can be. Any boring activities are there. Do those activities during that period where you are not productive. I'm not productive. If you ask me around 3 o'clock, I'm not productive. What do? I do those activities that doesn't need concentration. I don't need. Which are those activities? For example, I have to call the workers. We are building the institute. That doesn't need concentration. But what do? Early morning or whatever time is so productive time, you do unnecessary calling or other things that doesn't need. How many of you do that? Raise your hands. How many of you do that? You don't know what time to do what. We don't understand which activity to do at what time. If I want to call, I will call them at 3 to 4 o'clock because that time I'm not productive. I call them and sometimes there is emergency call. They call me, I take the call. But when I'm going to read, that is in the productive, and I read in the morning. I'll tell my time also. My time is 9:30. At 9:30, I will not call anyone. I will not do any other activity, physical activity, nothing. I will do mental activity that needs concentration. All of you understood this point? And the next point, stop multitasking and go with the flow. I will just tell you about the flow. Stop notifications, I'll tell you afterwards. Friends, flow. What is flow? I'll tell you. Flow is when you do any activity that is not very difficult, but that is not very easy also. But it is challenging to you. It is challenging. I'll give you an example. Suppose you are playing cricket, you're batting, and who's bowling you? Bowling? I don't know the latest bowlers. I will say Zair Khan. Okay, I know that because I don't watch latest cricket. Suppose Zair Khan is bowling you. Will Zair Khan enjoy? No, he will not enjoy because you can't bat. He is so high. And you will also not enjoy because every ball you're out. But suppose Zair Khan is there and Sachin Tendulkar is batting. Now both of them will enjoy because both of them, their competencies matches, and that is flow. They will go in the flow state. So if you're doing any activity that is very easy, you will be bored, but it's very difficult. All of you have this experience. I have this experience. You take a maths example, very easy. Will you enjoy? No. Very difficult, impossible to. But the example is in your limit, just above your limit. What happens? You try for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You're constantly brooding, thinking. Even in bathroom also, you're thinking about the exam. And then it's a eureka moment. You get the answer. How many of you have this experience? Raise your hands. That is a flow state. So when you're reading a book for English communication improvement or listening a podcast, do not take any difficult book. Do not take any easy book also. Take that book which is having one or two new words on one page, 2 or 3 new words. But if you're reading a book which is having a lot of difficult words, you will feel bored. But if you're reading a book that is for KG level, you will feel bored. So get a book or listen to a podcast where 1 or 2, 3 words are difficult. But don't listen to a podcast with an American accent and the words are difficult to understand. You will feel bored. But when you're listening a podcast which you really understand, you like, you go in the flow state and you enjoy the podcast. Hey, guys, okay. Last thing was already we have seen that stop notifications. Friends, understand. Let me ask you one question: that what is the most important notification in your life? If I ask you, there is only one answer: your health and your loved one's health, and some emergency calls from your office. All the notifications which you get, the WhatsApp notifications and the Facebook notifications, and a lot of, as I said before, everyone is there to attract your attention. Stop the notifications. In fact, I say that, I'm not exaggerating, but delete those apps that are unnecessary. Delete those apps. And I want to tell you one incident. There was one boy, his name was Anand. 2016 batch he was. 16. 16 or 15, I don't remember exactly. He was preparing for engineering exams, railways engineering exams. You know what he did? He sold his smartphone and purchased a keypad phone. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. No smartphone, only keypad phone. No question of distractions. Dear friends, any surprise that he got selected? Any surprise? No surprise. No surprise. Huh, many of you will say, but sir, I need phone for study. I need for YouTube for study. Oh, really? How much actually you study? That's what I want to ask you. When you open a YouTube for study, how many hours actually you study and what do you do? All, I am sure that you, for example, watch a study video for 1 hour and remaining 1 hour, some another videos are there. Huh. This does not mean that don't have YouTube. No, I'm not saying that. And one more thing I want to say, this does not mean that you should have 100% focus, nothing, no. Even if you have 50% focus, see the change in you, see the productivity improvement, see that the growth in your life. See, now you will get a lot of free time to spend with your loved ones. Your productivity will go sky high. Communication will improve. Everything will change, guys. And that's doable. All these methods which I have given you, they're doable. So, dear friends, this is what I wanted to say. Wait. How many of you got distracted in this 1 hour? Very good. At least you're raising hand. But now we have to work on this. See, friends, at the beginning of the session, what I said, all these methods are of no use if you don't work on this. What's the use of these methods? I mean, no. Shankarpa, do you have any question for me? You can ask me if you have.
No, sir.
Pintu, yes, you're raising hand, please.
Sir, I was raising for distraction question.
Distractions. Okay. So one more question I want to ask you. How many of you felt like Sandeep Patil is telling my story? Exactly, he tells everything. What I do, he's telling exactly the same. Raise your hands. All of you experienced that the same thing is happening with you. And how could I tell? The reason is the same thing happened with me also. It's happening with me also. Dear friends, we can't avoid internet now. Look at internet everywhere. It has penetrated. In every walk of your life, it is there. You can't delete internet now. You can't, like that one of my student switched off the smartphone and sold it. You can't do that. But now you have to see that internet is not invading your life. Otherwise, that 47 seconds will come to 5 seconds and 2 seconds. And one day you will go crazy because you won't be able to stay still. Constantly like crazy. It may happen. Be careful. Especially, how many of you are parents? Please raise your hand. Parents. I think this is very important for you because you have kids. What kind of new generation are we producing here? With low attention span? What we are doing with our kids? I have seen parents giving mobiles and saying that, okay, if you don't eat, take this phone. And they feed the child. If the child is disturbing you while watching a movie or talking to someone, you just hand over the phone to that child and let him watch the shorts and all. What's happening? That child I have seen in my institute, Rahul remembers that. That girl, the lady came and that kid was 1 year old and she was talking to Rahul. And that kid wasn't able to, I mean, she was not allowing that girl to talk to Rahul. She handed over the phone and that 1 year old child was scrolling the reels. Oh my God, I said, what is happening here? And that's the reason why today we have kids with low attention and low patience. Yes or no, guys? Look at the kids now. Look at the kids. What they say? 100 Mbps? So low speed? 100 Mbps is low. 10 years before, to open one window, it took 5 minutes. How many of you have this experience? How many of you come from that era? To open one window, it would that clock would come and revolve and revolve, and you would do some work and eat and come, and then the window will open. It was okay with you. And now look at you. I mean, you can't just click that browser. Speed is so slow. Give 1 second. No, very slow. What has happened? What we did to ourselves? Be careful about this, guys. Friends, any questions, or should I call it a day? Should I say good night? Any questions? Okay. Take care, friends. Hope all of you enjoyed. Please implement those things. Okay. And Sunday is there. But don't forget our test Rahul sir has given you. Don't forget the homework which I have given you, the Monday presentation sessions. Okay. And I hope that you will live a less distracted life, more happy life. You will spend time with your loved ones. You will improve, grow, and you will get ample amount of time. Friends, understand one thing. Internet is there to help us, but not to control us. Don't allow internet to make you a slave. Make internet your slave. Use it. Don't allow internet to use you. Keep this thing in mind, dear friends. Thanks a lot, dear friends. And namaste, all of you. Good night. Thanks a lot.